Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Welcome to Wildcast Christmas Studios on Rogers TV for another episode of the Wildcast podcast, the platinum award-winning and longest-running QMJHL podcast. We are your unofficial voice of the reigning 2025 Gilles Courteau Trophy champion Moncton Wildcats, presented by Discount Flooring, a division of Fabulous Flooring, home to the largest variety of high-end current, discontinued lines in hardwood, ceramic vinyl, laminate flooring, luxury model tiles, and even blinds for immediate purchase. Call them at 506-859-9909 or visit them at 320 Collishaw Street in Moncton. As always, Fanistners, I am your Christmas elf, Adam Lund, and I am joined by your favorite co-hoster, Mr. YQM, Mr. Starbucks, Mr. Platinum DoorDash driver at your service, Mr. Jeremy Boucher. Are you pumped to go to Ontario?
It's the week. The week has arrived. I'm very excited. I haven't started packing, but you know, I'll
such a guy thing.
I mean, I probably got 5 pairs of underwear, 5 pairs of socks, 3 pairs of jeans, and 3 shirts. And
what more do you need?
Exactly. I mean, just some hoodies and some sweatpants, and that's it. That's
You get your ugly Christmas sweater?
I don't have my ugly Christmas sweater. I know that's the theme Saturday night at the Sadlin Center in Barrie, which I'll be there. So anybody who's got their Flow Sports app, you'll be able to watch some exciting OHL action on Saturday night and maybe watch for me. And I did think about maybe wearing a London Knights jersey and saying that's my ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
I just don't know if I could physically, and I say this as I'm in green, physically put one of those on after they ended our season last year.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. But no, it's I'll find something. Maybe I'll wear one of my Hawaiian shirts, my National Lampoon's Hawaiian shirt. Maybe we'll see.
Just wear the one you wore yesterday on the live. That'll work, right?
Potentially.
All right, let's do that. And yeah, I'm not going anywhere. We're having the family Christmas here, but my daughter is coming down for New Year's Eve. So, but yeah, when you said you're not even packed, I still haven't bought Christmas gifts. Kiva, she's done. She's ready to go. On the weekend, I was like, yeah, so I may have gone over budget on her. I was like, well, we didn't set a budget. She's like, I know. I'm like 4 digits. Are we thinking? She's like, no, I don't think it was that high. I'm like, she's one, but I mean, this is what we've waited for. So, yeah, it's like, I kind of wish at this point, because my dad was in the hospital last month or so, I kind of wish we were going home, because I have the week off after Christmas. So I kind of regret not going home, but I also wanted the 3 of us just to do the Christmas here. And you know what? They're family. They're not strangers off the street. I want to have them here, right? All right. Don't forget, as always, you can follow us on the social medias, Twitter, Moncton Wildcast, Instagram, Wildcast Podcast, TikTok, Wildcast Podcast, as well, right here on the YouTube. Don't forget, like and smash that subscribe button. Lets us know you like what we're doing. Plus, click the bell so you don't miss any podcast post games. Or if you didn't click it, you missed the live yesterday, and that's not what you want. You want to make sure you catch all those lives. We're going to have a bunch more. Well, maybe not a bunch more. We're going to have more in the second half of the season, so you're going to want to have those clicked so you don't miss any of them. I have a quick question for you, sir.
Oh, okay.
It is presented by Waterworks Pools and Spas, serving Atlantic Canadians with custom in-ground pool, spa service, and supplies since '86. If you're looking for a new spa service or maintenance by their trained technicians or getting your pool water from green to clear, maybe not now, stop in at 194 Killam Drive or call them at 859-1980. And it's pretty straightforward question. Who's your MVP for the first half of the season? There's probably 4 candidates you could have on there. 18, I would say, is not one of those candidates, but there's probably 4 candidates if you were to pick your MVP.
It's hard not to go with Rudy. I think he's kept us in a lot of these games, and we've gotten the results. The wins because he's been there. But I mean, Alex Mercier is right up there too. He's been an absolute bulldog, no cap. All first half. So he's right up there. And honorable mention to Nico Tornes, who, of course, I enjoyed supper on Monday night because of Nico Tornes' hat trick in Cape Pride, and had some Firehouse subs as recommended by Paul Richard.
Again, thank you.
Yeah, steak and cheese, delicious. If you've never had Firehouse subs, what the hell are you waiting for?
Very good.
Puts Subway and Quiznos to bed.
Yeah,
it is tremendous. So yeah, check them out. Obviously not a sponsor, but Rudy, Mercier, and Nico Tornes are right up there. I think even Tommy Blisle could.
And those are the four. Those are the four nominations I would have. I think for me, as much as I want to give it to Rudy, I think it's Nico. I think a 10th round selection that nobody really expected a whole lot from. He didn't really wow you in camp or anything like that. And he's got a hell of a shot. It hits the net, and he's been able to have a team leading 20 goals on the season. So I think if it were me, as much as I'd like to pick Rudy, I think I'm going to go with Nico as my first half MVP. He's been able to get goals in the power play, get goals 5-on-5. And for a 10th round pick that nobody really knew about. Yeah. I think Nico is my MVP.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I mean, you know where to find him on the ice. I mean, it's getting to the point where, teams know where the puck is going.
Yeah.
But he still finds a way to get it on net and hit the back of the net. He definitely wasn't a student at the Johan Loshing School of Accuracy. Let's put it that way. This guy hits the net, and he's just an incredible find. And it's unfortunate we're probably going to have him for this year.
Yeah.
But if we can maybe stretch out his UNH commitment till 2027, 2028, we could maybe have him as a 20-year-old next season. What a nice 20-year-old that would be next year.
It would be.
We'll see. It's probably not something that the McDougalls will push, but hey,
probably not an avenue they're not exploring either.
Yeah,
right?
we didn't think we'd have Rudy Guimond back, but he decided to push back his Harvard commit to come back and play as a 20. So I guess we're looking a little too far ahead for that. But
a whole second half.
Yeah, it'd be nice if having him back as a 20 would be pretty nice.
So of the four, who's your MVP?
I'm going to go with Rudy. Yeah. He's got a bulk of the wins. He's probably, I would say, the best goalie in the league right now. Not to take anything away from Eagles GM Sylvain Couturier, who just got Connor Toll as a premier goalie in the queue.
Oh, good
well,
for
if
him.
he was a premier goalie in the queue, why didn't he start against Moncton? That's just how it is. It's Rudy's my guy, and he came back for this reason to be the best goalie in the league, and he's proving to be just that.
Yeah, it's one of the situations where last year you pretty much knew who the MVP was. We've had years where you know who it's going to be early on, and they just show it. And this year we've had so many different players step up. It's been a blessing to have all these players. God, that was a good one. But it's like one of those two players is the MVP of the first half. Mm-hmm. But come second half, 18 comes back from the World Championships, gets a winger, and just takes off. And like last year, averages 2 points a game, and all of a sudden he's got 100 some points, and he's the MVP. Like that's kind of what we're looking at, and it's one of those situations where anybody at this point is stepping up when needed to be at different times in the season.
Yeah, Tommy Blisle's got that Riz on the back end, and I think it's to the point where we survived the first half of the first half without our captain, and got the and I think it just speaks for the depth, and we're just plugging away, and we got to get through these next few games without 18, flex, get out there and flex, and just keep where we're at, stay within striking distance of Scrutiny or pull away for them, whatever it is. And I think we're in for a treat.
Amen.
News and notes from around the queue.
And news and notes surrounded by the queue is presented by Speedy Auto Service on Mountain Road. Whether it's routine maintenance, major repairs, the team at Speedy keeps you safe and back on the road fast.
Yeah, as always, can confirm that the folks at Speedy are tremendous folks.
And with tire season here, now's the perfect time to book your tire swap or get a great deal on new tires. Locally owned, trusted by Moncton drivers, and proud to deliver honest service every time. Visit Speedy Moncton at 905 Mountain Road or call them at 857-2282, where great people provide great services. Not a whole lot.
Good little glow up. The glow up at Speedy, yeah.
Yeah, faux show. Mooseheads made a small trade.
Twade?
A Twade.
We made a Twade.
We made a Twade. This is a Twade show. Acquiring a 20-year-old from Renranda, Sammy Rousseau, who I don't think was playing. I saw a tweet that he was
in the BCHL.
Is that what it was? Okay. Yeah. So he comes from Marin via the BCHL. So he's got to be, because I saw someone tweet he has to be granted status.
He has to be reinstated by Hockey Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that shouldn't take long. But he was having a really good year in the BCHL, like 30. I think I saw 30 points in 24 games. So he's over a point per game in the BCHL. So obviously, that's someone that they probably had their eye on, and given the time of the year, to pay a 5th round pick for a 20-year-old is probably going to be a bargain.
Yeah.
Considering what Charlottetown paid for Dylan McKinnon, right? That was 3 assets that Moncton got for McKinnon. So it's almost at this point, if it turns out to be a good ad for the Halifax, probably the best value ad for a 20-year-old in that we'll see this season.
Yeah, you've got a 5th in 2026 for McKinnon, an 8th in 2026, and a 2nd in 2027, which will become quite a valuable piece. Congrats to Camden Jackson and Nathan Chenier on winning the CCM Challenge with the Grenadier de Châteauguay.
Grenadier
de Châteauguay. Not sure the Flyers fared as well. That's kind of that's a step up when you get into that league, eh?
Yeah, it's as soon as you go to that CCM in Quebec, you've really got to separate yourself, not only as a player but as a team. If you're coming from the Maritimes, and you'd be pretty hard pressed to be a Maritime team coming out with a medal in that tournament. It's a tough one, and that's why the top players are always from Quebec, and there's always going to be those grinders, to work hard guys from the Maritimes. But it's such a tough tournament to win at. Anytime you have to go up against Quebec teams, it's tough. That's why you don't see any of the top Quebec teams come to the Monctonian, because they would just blow the competition away. You get prep, like high school teams from Quebec to come to the Monctonian.
Are the same teams that come to the Monctonian in that CCM Challenge?
No.
It's mostly that.
Yeah.
That
so
league,
it's the
Lac St. Louis, River Phoenix.
Yeah. So I think it was the Clairant College or something like it. It's just high school. It's basically high school teams. It's prep schools in Quebec, and I mean they're right there with the Maritime team. So it just shows that the prep level in Quebec is on par with the U18 in the Atlantic Canada. So if a Lévis or Châteauguay or an SSF ever came to the Monctonian, I mean, good night.
Get your tickets.
Yeah, good night.
Get your tickets.
It's that would be fire.
Yeah.
If we were to ever see a team like that at the Monctonian, it would.
Is that a new thing where Maritime teams are going to the CCM Challenge?
No, it's been going on for a while. I think it's just an opportunity for their players to be seen by more scouts.
Yeah.
A lot of the Q teams will send their scouts to the Monctonian and the Ice Jam, but this way it's you see like NCAA scouts at the CCM, or you get US prep scouts at the CCM Challenge, and it's just it's an exposure thing, I think, for the Maritime teams to see how they fare up against Quebec. Yeah.
So whether you go 0-3 or 1-2 or whatever, you're just there to put on your effort to get on draft boards, and that's a lot of what it is. And generally, we try to have around the Christmas time talking about picks and that, but talking about draft picks. But A, we don't anticipate we're going to be in the first few rounds, and B, there's a whole nother tournament left. So we'll have our discussions more near the end of the year. Big Chuck and Knuckles, Aiden Diamond, was suspended one game for a fight in the final 5 minutes of a game with a 2-goal difference. Really?
Yeah.
That's I think 2 goals.
He looked at Quinn Kennedy and said, "I'm gonna deck your halls, bud."
Yeah, he was throwing him like the house was on fire, Clark. But really, 2 goals, like 4 I see, or 5. That's out of control. And especially if you're gonna miss a jumping elbow from 55.
He was getting ready for the Saturday night main event.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that after. All right, your QMJHL team of the week was announced for week 13. It is your MVP picture was on that list.
Oh, look at that.
Maxime Massé.
Okay.
From Chicoutimi, 3 goals or 5 goals, 2 assists in 3 games. Gabriel Seguin, 2 goals, 4 assists in 2 games. Alexi Joseph, 3 goals, 3 assists in 3 games. Louis Alex Tremblay from Sherbrooke, 2 goals, 3 assists in 3 games. Marcus Kiersey from the Islanders, a goal and 3 assists in 3 games. And the aforementioned potential MVP of the first half, Rudy Guimond, 2-0-0, 9.63 save percentage, and a 1 goals against average. Your player of the week from Gatineau, 2 goals, 4 assists in those 2 games, a +6. I think he had 1 goal, 2 assists, +3, 1 goal, 2 assists, +3 in each game. Gabriel
Pretty consistent.
Seguin, yeah. So your second favorite part of the show, everyone.
It's now time for the one and only Boucher's Team of the Week.
Do you hear that? It's a funny squeaking sound. No, I'm just kidding. This is so much fun. Yeah, your team of the week is Baie-Comeau. They beat Chicoutimi and the Armada in back-to-back weeks. So that's my interpretation of Boucher's Q team of the week. But he's actually got some good team of the week.
This is a good team of the week. So as requested by this guy over here, he wanted my Wildcats all-time team of the week. So this Mr. Trackstar is a homemade explosive device. And I'm going to start on the left wing with he was known as Hockey Cat, Connor Garland.
Okay.
Franchise record holder in points.
Seems like a good one.
With 328 over 4 years. I don't know if we'll ever see someone come around with who will contribute that much offensively in a Wildcats jersey, unless
not the way the game's played now.
No, it's I think that record will be his for quite a while. I can confidently say that.
I think we had a guy that was going to be close to getting that in number 11.
Yeah, but then
would have been awfully close.
Speaking of number 11,
hey, foreshadowing.
At the center,
I have not seen this list, by the way.
At the center position, Jakob Pelletier.
Yes, Pelletier.
Jacob Pelletier.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best leaders to ever wear the Wildcats jersey, on and off the ice. Just a great human being. 232 points over 3 seasons, and only 60 penalty minutes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. On the right wing, I believe he's still some way, shape, or form working for the Wildcats. Steve Bernier.
Oh yeah.
Probably the truest power forward to ever wear the Wildcats jersey. And if I would have thought of this beforehand, Adam, I would have sent you the picture of me with Steve Bernier extremely drunk at a bar in Banff, Alberta in 2007.
Banff, Alberta?
When he was playing for the Sharks.
Oh,
the
really?
Sharks came to play in Calgary, and they all went to Banff to party for a night. Him and I were chit-chatting up a storm at the Aurora nightclub.
You serious, Clark? And you were probably the only guy that recognized him, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. On left defense, some rumors that we might see this guy back at Moncton again in the near future. Etienne Morin. I'm not sure if you've heard or read stuff on Facebook or
I'll check it,
or X as it's called, but
someone had a Moran watch.
Somebody the hashtag Moran watch.
That was out. I saw that. I didn't know what it was though.
So franchise leader in points by defenseman, tie for most goals by defenseman. It's one more to break James Sanford's record, and tied for 10th in games played with, you know who? Alex Mercier. So Alex Mercier's getting up there. He's getting up there. He's moving up the charts. Right defense. And you know, Adam, I couldn't have done this team of the week without acknowledging someone's plus minus. You know, it's just the way it is, right? Yeah. And we've reached that moment. Mario Cormier, who played the one and only season with the Moncton Alpines, and then played the inaugural season with the Moncton Wildcats. Finished his career with an astonishing minus 112.
What?
In 2 seasons, he was a minus 112.
I thought it was going like when you said the Alpines in the first season, like, all right, this guy's going to be like plus 10 in 160, I'm assuming 150 some games. Minus
112.
How many games did he play?
Let me make sure I've got the right person here. Mario Cormier. Yes.
Wow.
So with the Alpines, is this the right person? No, it's also another Mario Cormier who's played in Moncton. This is Lucas Cormier's dad. My bad. I'm looking for another Mario Cormier because it's such a popular name.
112.
We're going to flip over here. This is the one. Yeah. With the Alpines, he played 60 games, 188 penalty minutes, and minus 43. And as captain of the Wildcats, he finished the year with a minus 69. Nice. 144 penalty minutes. So, yeah.
Where did you find that stat?
For plus minus?
Like, where are you on?
EliteProspects.com.
Yeah, so if you go to the actual Wildcats website and go to roster and go all the way down to 96, 97, they don't, either they didn't track it or they didn't update it.
Sebastian Roger?
No, there's no plus minus all for him.
Yeah. So Sebastian Roger has the record for worst plus minus in a Wildcats jersey. I think he was like minus 92. But Mario Cormier, minus 112 in 2 seasons. And yeah, he also played for some teams here that I have never heard of.
Beauport, Drummondville?
No, I'm talking about the Albilani Aviators and the Jacksonville Lizard Kings.
Was that ECHL?
This is the ECHL and the WPHL.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And obviously couldn't end it without
a lot of Pims, though.
Yeah, He's throwing them around.
That is unbelievable. I hope he's listening. Yeah. That would be fun if he was listening.
That's quite a stat.
Yeah.
And goalie, the only player to have his jersey retired by the organization, 2-time Stanley Cup winner, 1-time World Cup gold medalist. What more can you say? Corey Crawford.
With a broken freaking neck.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good team of the week.
Yeah, I had to get the plus minus in there. Yeah. It was quite the stat.
That's
a stay-at-home defenseman right there. Like, you should have stayed at home. Defenseman.
I wonder if he was the defense partner of one Danny Dupont. Remember the stat I was looking up last year?
Yeah.
Because in 1995, they played 13 games. When did they play together? Cormier had 188 penalty minutes. Dupont had 160. And there was a game, I think I talked about it last year, where he fought Jocelyn Thibault. No, who's left-handed goaltender for Montreal?
Jose Theodore?
Theodore. Yeah, he fought Theodore in a game against Gatineau or Hull, I guess it was. So I'm just still shell-shocked by, like, wow.
43.
Hallelujah. Where's the Tylenol? That is impressive. I thought when you were saying plus minus, it was going to be a guy that like played like 300 and some games and was like a +1 or a -1 or something like that. Not. Whew. That was an excellent team of the week, sir.
Yeah, that was fun.
How hard was it to do? When you look at the skill of some of the forwards and Yandel and
Yandel was a 1-year guy.
Yeah.
You know, I was also kind of looking at if I were to have forwards, you know, like I could have said the Saunier twins.
Yeah.
But you know, then you're leaving out 2 forwards, right? So I kind of wanted to put the forward group as who I would love to see play together.
Right. Yeah.
As a forward group. And you know, I think if it was a Connor Garland, Jacob Pelche, Steve Bernier line,
that'd be a good line.
Yeah. Bernier just parks his ass in front of the net, and you know, Pelche and Garland just do their thing.
Yeah.
All right. So
and then two change, and Garland stays out there until the next time they come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Garland likes his 5-minute shifts.
Hey, worked out.
It did.
He's playing in Vancouver.
Now he's making millions.
Yep. Giving up his dream of winning the Stanley Cup because yay, Vancouver's nowhere near winning ever. I think if you're going to do a team of the week for next week, if you're like when we come back, if you didn't want to do a Q one, putting an obscure like Wildcats.
Maybe because since I'll be away in Ontario, maybe I'll work on my Wildcats Legends team of the week.
Yeah.
The top 3 forwards, top 2 defensemen, and top goalie that never reported.
Yes, there you go.
To the Wildcats. Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah,
I think that would.
That's kind of what I mean, like the obscure one.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Maybe Mike Matheson on the back end with a Frankie Vetrano and Cole Eiserman on the
Justin Katz goaltender.
Yeah. Actually, there's probably a couple others that might be ahead of Justin Katz, but you know, you're probably looking at Frankie Vetrano for sure. He's still young, but Cole Eiserman, Mike Matheson. There's a lot of names out there that I have to look for, but I mean, I can easily put together 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, and a goalie.
Did we draft he's Garland's friend, Eichel?
No, he's a Sea Dogs and Mooseheads legend.
Oh, he's a Sea Dog and Moosehead legend. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember if he was. I knew he was in the Maritimes, but I couldn't remember if he was ours or not. Being Garland's friend, the old American draft. You know what? If we're gonna get all these Americans to report, we should probably just lean into this a little bit more. Party in the USA.
Yeah.
Free Bird is a goal song.
Ugh.
Speaking of this team, let's talk about it.
Weekly Rewind.
And the Weekly Rewind is presented by Alphas Appliance Solutions. Right now, they've got the KitchenAid Boxing Day sale event. Save $200 when you purchase 2, $300 when you purchase 3, $400 when you purchase 4, or $500 when you purchase 5 qualifying KitchenAid major kitchen appliances. Qualifying purchases made from December 11th till January 7th. For those or any other deals, give a call at 858-5111 or visit them at 25 Halifax Street or go online to alphaappliancesolutions.ca. 2 more games left. We got the Wildcats going 2-0 on the week, bringing the record to 21-6-2-1 for 45 points in the season. Has a second place in the Eastern Conference and in the QMJHL, which would give us a first-round matchup against the team we're going to see tomorrow night.
Ooh,
the Newfoundland Regiment.
Ouch!
Yeah, they are the
tough matchup.
They are the 7th seed. You know what else is weird about the standings? How they've taken away divisions. Right? They're making conferences matter in the first round. But somehow wait for my screen to load. The Western Conference leading Blainville Armada. Yeah, they're 5 points behind us, but they should be second place. So that if it gets down to a Final Four, technically, because we don't win the conference, we shouldn't have home ice advantage in the third round. It should that's if you're going to take away divisions and not make them matter, make the conferences matter by the top 2 teams are the top 2 teams in each conference. Thank you for listening to my soapbox. There will be more here in a little bit. Thursday, the Wildcats went into Cape Breton and boots to ace 6-1. And Saturday, 5-1 in Halifax. This is, for the past 2 weeks, we've come on here and said, well, they're getting 2 points without playing their best. They're surviving. They're getting into overtime. Blah. Nope. This one, they were not in control at any point in these hockey games. I missed the Cape Breton one. You missed the Halifax one. But, I mean, I looked at the Cape Breton score. I was like, oh, it's 1-0. All of a sudden, 25 minutes later, I'm like, oh, look at that. It's 4-1. It's over. Like, it never looked like they were out of control.
Yeah, it was. They were pretty much in the driver's seat all game. You're worried about that. Cape Breton get that late goal in the at the end of the first period, but it's those late goals can sometimes be backbreakers. But you look at it, and it's probably the best second period that the team has played forever. Yeah. I was sitting at home and I was like, who needs Coach Gardner? It's Tam time.
Hashtag Tam time.
It was such a dominating second period, but at the same time, I think the Eagles got in penalty trouble and the Wildcats power play just kind of took over.
Yeah.
It was that Nico Tornis natural hat trick, 3 in a row. His first goal, the Aiden Diamond purposely shoots it maybe 15 feet wide, and it's right in the front of the net for Tornis. It's just a tap in. The IQ on that play by Aiden Diamond is just off the charts. And we saw it again on Saturday night against Halifax, where Virgilio goes to shoot the puck. It's probably going 10 feet wide.
Yeah. And
Mercier just sticks his stick out, and then it's going between, Breston's legs. So I don't know if they've kind of been working on these, they're studying at the Loshing School of Accuracy, but they're actually coming out with they're dropping out.
Yeah.
So they're not completing their course. But they're finding ways right now, and I want more of it. Shoot the puck wide and make a play. It's
especially in our home barn.
Yeah, take advantage of it. For Aiden Diamond to do that in a visiting barn, I don't think you could have placed it any better. It was perfect.
Yeah,
it's not like it redirected off an Eagles a skate or a stick or something right to Tornis. No. This was 15 feet wide off the boards right in the slot to Tornis. You couldn't have played it any better.
Yeah, you messaged me and you're like, did you see Aiden Diamond's 100 IQ play? And I was like, no. Thinking it was something that was not the best.
Right.
Just one of those random, falls down, throws a stick up in the air, something like that. And I'm watching, I'm like, you mean the 15-foot shot wide?
Yeah.
That was
impressive.
And I don't know if even Gabe Smith from behind the net, they're putting pucks on net in a way to get them through. And maybe that's something they've kind of seen in scouting is either take a step and let it go towards the area of the net instead of just banging it off shin pads. I don't know what it is. The Halifax game, the last 3 games since the Rouen disaster, and by disaster, the way they got outplayed, they've outplayed every team in the second period.
Yep.
They dominated St. John in the second and third. They dominated Cape Breton. Halifax, they dominated them in the first 2 periods, and by that time it was 5 or 4-1, and it didn't really matter. That game was kind of weird too. It was back and forth. It didn't look like Moncton could get out of their zone. Turnovers here and there kind of by both teams. And then Veronin gets, I don't want to say a lucky one, but he's right in front of the net on a flyby. Brisson makes the save and he doesn't corral the rebound. And Veronin's there, just kind of whack it. Goes off his stick, dribbles past the line. It's 1-0. And then all of a sudden, second period, boom, 2 goals in 2 minutes, and it's 3-0. And you've taken kind of the will away from the team. And it's just a situation where I think Preston had a fortunate tip off Chudzinski's shot or pass.
It was pass.
Yeah, pass to the 5-hole. Then Gabe Smith from behind the net. Mercier with the tip. It was a weird game where they were in control. Both teams kind of didn't have their feet, but Moncton was taking advantage of opportunities. They've outscored teams 11-2 in these last 2 games. So they're kind of, and I asked Alex this on the post game, last year we were just dominating teams. This year we're finding different ways and maybe not playing our best. And I think maybe that's the scariest part of what's to come. I went and looked at the stats last year at this time because we're going to have 2 more games because the season first half was over at this point last year. The Wildcats were 24-5-2. They'd scored 137 goals and given up 80. They were 11-3 at home and 13-2 on the road. So they're pretty much, as weird as it is with how they're just not dominating teams, they're on par with that. 21-6, 128, 82 given up, 8-4 at home. So they're getting better there. 13-2 on the road, best team in the league on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And they've won 10 in a row. It doesn't seem like they should be where they are based on kind of how they've weirdly played some games.
Yeah, they're just getting the job done.
Yeah.
They're just going to work, and I think their depth is winning them games right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's an extremely deep group. I mean,
it's good.
When you have, an NHL drafted player like Graydon Robertson Palmer on your fourth line,
yeah,
right. That's saying something, and I think it's they're only going to get deeper. We know, we can confidently say without knowing what the hell's going on behind the scenes,
mm-hmm.
Taylor's not going to stand pat. Right?
No.
He's not just going to sit in his office for 2 weeks and twiddle his thumbs. He's going to get to work.
Yeah.
Same
with Rick.
And same with Rick. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they both kind of
they're not taking the weeks off.
Right. And even Alex Gauthier is probably out there scouting every night looking for guys. So this team's only going to get better, which, I mean, it's not going to be as, I'm not going to say, it's not going to be as exciting as last year's team, because last year's team, every time a different line came on the ice, is like something happened. It's not going to be like that, right? But it's going to be a team that's just going to kill you with their speed and forecheck like crazy. It's going to be an exciting brand of hockey, and I think there's going to be additions to this team, and I think it's every year I come on the show and say my favorite player in the second half will be a player that's not on this roster right now. I say that every year, do I not?
Yeah.
And look what happened last year, right?
I don't think they're only going to lose 4 games. Like last year, they lost 4 games in that second half, which is batshit crazy to say. I don't think they're going to only lose 3 to, we came on here. Last year's record's not going to be challenged. I don't think we're going to get to that point. Teams are going to get. Last year it was us and Rimouski. That's who was going for it. That's who was loaded up.
Yeah.
This year you've got Blainville, you've got Chicoutimi, you've got Charlottetown a little bit, you've got Newfoundland will probably do some damage. It just seems like you're not going to see that, but you're going to see a different brand of hockey where they might not play their best. They might get outshot, but they're going to take advantage of their opportunities, and they're going to put the puck in the net. And yes, they're going to get better with players, but if this was the group that they stuck with, do you not feel confident this is a group that can make the final?
Make the final.
The way they're
four.
The way they're constructed right now. At the start of the year, I picked them to go to the finals.
Yeah.
And
Final Four for sure.
It was dicey starting out, but right now they've put this thing together, and you worry about messing with chemistry. But I think we worried about that last year. I think we worried about that in 2020. I think we worry about that every year in terms of when we're adding to a team that's top 2 in the conference, top 3 in the league. We worry about if you bring in too many guys. I think this team is probably 3 guys away from.
And one you might be able to get for free.
So I think they're 3 guys away from being a true, last year's style, no doubt contender.
Mm-hmm.
What 3? I've got some ideas. Kind of talked about it a little bit last night. But before we look ahead, I mean, how do you grade this forward group, defensive group, goaltending group, looking at this first half, which again, like I said to Rick last week, was 2 first halves in a first half. You didn't have your captain in the first month and a half, then you had him. Now you've lost him for 8 or 9 games potentially. It's pretty hard to put anything less than a B plus on this group right now. Maybe early on the defense, maybe they're the B plus in terms of just sometimes it's a struggle to get out of the zone, and that's an inexperienced thing. And when AFG is your only returning defenseman, you're going to have those growing pains. Forwards, I mean, they've played just as well as you could ask for without their leader. In terms of, I'd probably give them an A just for depth and the scoring. I mean, Nico in the 10th, Mercier is lighting it up. Mutrin, like, it just go down the list. The contributing factors they're getting from everyone. And in net, I mean, it was tough early on for Jacoby and Rudy, and now they've kind of found their stride. And I think defense is maybe the grade I give the lowest, and that's a B plus.
I'll probably say, like, I'll be generous and go A minus, just because it's, I didn't know how this team would react without Caleb for the first month and a half.
Yeah.
I was concerned, honestly. He was the top player last year on the team, and to not have your captain for the first month of the season, but they managed to battle through it. And I think Veronin for third round pick in the import draft has been a great find. His speed is a cheat code right now.
Yeah.
If he's got the puck in full flight, he's gone.
Yeah.
There's not many defensemen who can close the gap and box him out. Like, it's tough right now. And Nico 10th round pick, Tommy free agent, Chud free agent. I know Fred Chud's, he's understanding his role. Offensively, growing up, he's been a catalyst for every team he's been on.
Yep.
But I think he understands where we are right now and where he's at right now, and he's kind of relishing that that third line role, and stuff like that's getting noticed. When you can adapt your game from being a key part of your team's offense, probably since he was in, I don't know what they call Timbits hockey in the States, but
U5,
U7, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think there was an interviewer said he didn't start playing hockey till he was 8 years old, right? Yeah. So he's probably always been his team's leader offensively, and suddenly he comes to Moncton and he's not necessarily needed for that, in that role. The first couple of weekends we saw him, we saw him in Newfoundland, we saw him in Cape Breton, kind of get that job done on the score sheet, but he's kind of taken a step back offensively, but his third line game is just, it's so good right now.
Yeah.
So he's understanding his role in the team, and he gets it, and he's totally bought in. So on the D, I mean, I was expecting more from maybe a Wallenius and a Magnuson, but maybe they're still kind of getting accustomed to junior hockey. I fully expect these guys to be absolute monsters in the second half, and if we can get Morin and Forte John reunited, I think we're good. Good on the back end if we can get those two reunited. Just gonna park it there.
Yeah, 16 and 38 together. It's your top four, and then you maybe add one little extra depth piece to play 5, and you just roll 5 straight guys in, and like no partners, just 5 players just rolling through. I mean, that's kind of what you need in this league to compete at the next level. And by next level, I mean the Memorial Cup. You need 3 stud defensemen, and you bring back 5. You've got 3 with AFG and Tommy Blau in there, and then I think I like what you said about Chud. And I said this to Marty on the second intermission. I mean, you look up 200-foot player in the QMJHL dictionary, and there's a picture of, or the Moncton Wildcats dictionary, there's a picture of Preston Lounsbury, and right under him, there's a picture of Brian Chudzinski. And that's Preston came from, Preston was good with the Flyers, and he's elevated his game every year. And I think you've seen Chudzinski elevate his game in a different way in one half of a year. And I think he's the type that if you have someone in your top 6 go down, he's the guy that can step up and produce offensively. Mm-hmm. And there just isn't a guy on this roster that if you put them in the top 6, they can't produce. Like, you put GRP from the 4th line to the 1st line, he's going to put the puck in the net. Like, they're figuring it all out. It's a team that, probably shouldn't have traded guys to rebuild. It's probably a good thing they didn't. I would say. I don't know if you want to expand on some of if you have names that you'd like to see in a Wildcats jersey.
It's, there is a couple.
I know. Is it less than last year? Because last year we had a long.
There was a long list. But
I think we've established that Taylor's going to go after some quality guys that fit in the lineup, as opposed to some superstars that you're asking to play down in the lineup.
Yeah, I think, if you're looking for another forward who can maybe be like a bottom 6 guy, but also, if he's needed offensively, he's there. Lou Levesque, former Moosehead now with Rimouski, be a 19-year-old. Probably not going to be like an astronomical price, but in 4 years we've seen the speed he brings to the game, and if there's anything that this team loves right now, it's speed.
Yep.
And I know his character is off the charts as well. So I think that's a name. We've mentioned Sam Beauchemin from Rouen in the past. It's I know he's good friends with Desi, so there's that connection there. On the back end, I think it's just being talked about too much for it not to happen. Like Rick said, it's going to be Calgary's decision what happens with
Rulo.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't give you the stick tap last week for no reason, right? Yeah. It's analytically, no. We're not going to go down that route. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm sure there's a plan A. I'm sure there's a plan B. I've heard we've offered quite a bit for a certain defenseman, and the other team just doesn't want to deal with Moncton right now. So,
which
there's a lot of stuff out there that's hey, but look, if
we want to take a lesser deal because we're upset, take you got 6 wins. Take the best deal to make your team better, right? Like I said last night, I've got one player that I would love to shoot for the moon to give Desi a nice winger, and he would cost a lot. And if you're not worried about the 2028 Memorial Cup, it's Philip Bayou from Val-d'Or. Right? Like that would be a winger to go get him.
I think the character concerns there.
Yeah. Potentially.
I don't know if I would want to bring in someone like him to the team.
There's one other one that I was. The other defenseman that like a 5th defenseman that you could bring in, just nice and maybe, I don't know what the cost would be, but Anthony Paré from Val-d'Or. I would try to look at teams that they have a good relationship with, and I think Val-d'Or is one of them. I think Rouen is one of them. I think he would be a nice little fit as a number 5 defenseman, 6'2", 200 pounds. There was one guy that I cannot remember his name from yesterday. and he plays for Quebec, I believe.
Quebec.
Quebec.
Maddox Dagenet.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
No,
okay.
that's
Yeah, all
not
right.
gonna happen.
I can't remember what his name was from yesterday, but I don't know if goaltending is going to be where they upgrade. And because I don't know if Gardner always says be where your feet are. I don't know if he factors in what was happening last year into this year and how he's going to use his goaltenders. I mean, last year Rudy was just on such a heater, you almost couldn't not play him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the easiest way was to, as he said at the Memorial Cup, I walk my dogs. If the dog goes left, it's Rousseau. If the dog goes right, it's Rudy. I think he kind of wants to have a guy that he trusts, and he trusts both goaltenders right now. But I think if you focus on the front 12 and the back 6, either guy is going to be able to get you points, and he's only getting better. And I think it's not so much of a how many games do you give Rudy as opposed to Jacoby. It's how many games, or it's where they play, right? Like if you're committed to playing him against the Cape Bretons, who likely will be not as good, St. John's, if games that we come on here the week prior to and we're like, he should play against St. John, and then Rudy plays against Charlottetown. Well, if he comes out there and plays both games, then you're like, well, you're trying to do too much for wins. I think there needs to be a value of Rudy's going to play the tough ones. He's going to get nights off. We have to keep him fresh if you're going with these 2 goalies. And I don't hate if they keep these 2 goalies and they put all their assets in front of them. Right?
I think it might be. I think you just gotta go with Weiner and Rudy, and just there's you can't just go out and you can't always have a 1A and 1B goalie situation. Weiner is the goalie of the future, and I think you need to give him starts. Like he's going to be the number 1 as of next year, right? So to take him out, to send him somewhere to develop in the second half, and hope he comes back next season ready to go. Yeah, it's iffy. I think
I like the group. I like the 2. Yep. They're going to Yale together, Harvard together. So they're building.
Offended if you said that.
Yeah, my bad, guys. I think if they put their assets in the forwards and the defense to add there, I think you're absolutely fine with the goaltending. You just got to give Jacoby 1 out of every 3 starts, 2 out of every 4, and get him that. So if something happens, he's good to go. I don't mind the tandem. I'm good with it. Right? It's just where do you find the guys and what are the prices? And I think that's the thing is it's not a Q Memorial Cup year. So what are the actual prices in terms of the future / well, I can't do this guy because he's got NCAA commit. We don't know if we want him when he might not be here the next year, right?
I mean, there could be, you never know, like there could be a free agent that we're getting in after Christmas that we just have no idea who it is and what, right? Like it's one of those ones whose mom was born in Timbuktu, and dad played in France professionally, and next thing, hey, you're eligible. Come on over. Pack your bags. There's so many loopholes out there that something like that might just happen, and I think it's to be seen. We know Taylor's not someone to overpay. He'll only do the trade if it makes sense, and. I'm looking at our, the draft pick cupboards, and it actually looks better than I thought.
Oh yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while.
So, it's not that bad. Like it's not terrible considering we kind of went and pushed all our cards in last year. Did you know we still have our first at the draft in June? We still have our first round pick.
I knew that because you asked about how important it was to keep that.
Yeah.
For this year. And we also have our 2028 first too, right?
So we have 2020. I'm looking at Moncton here. We have 2026 first, 2027 first, 2028 first. We don't have a second in June, but we have 2/3. We have a first next year. We have Blainville's second next year. Next 2027, we have our third and Gatineau's third. Like the cupboards are actually a lot better than I thought.
Yeah,
which is always a promising thing. Like if you can go out and bring back, maybe the top defenseman in the league for free, you're not paying 2 firsts for that, or 2 seconds, a first and 2 seconds for that.
No, it's very much different situation than Dylan Gill.
Yeah.
Right.
You're getting I also think if you can make it out of this trade period without giving up Camden Jackson or Mark McPhee for that matter, I think it's a win.
Yeah.
Those are going to be 2 key pieces to the team going forward. And I know Camden Jackson's a hot commodity. Mark McPhee is a hot commodity. And, I think giving away prospects like that would be showing your cards that, you're overpaying.
Yeah.
Right. I can live with not having Nico Alcori, because if you look at this year's roster, where would he fit in? Right?
He's playing the Morissette Richard.
Yeah,
it's in and out of the line. He'd be like Nikash in the forward group.
Yeah,
taking warm up and he's out.
It's tough. It would be tough for a 17-year-old like Alcori to find a spot in the lineup this year. So I have nothing wrong with having him included in a deal to he's getting the opportunity to play, but he wouldn't be getting that opportunity this year. But I think next year I think Camden Jackson and Mark McPhee are regulars in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the difference. I think if you have to include, 1 or 2 of those, hopefully not 2, one of those guys in a deal, you're showing your cards and you're all in.
Yeah.
Like if we're refreshing that Q site on Friday or Saturday and we're seeing Camden Jackson, that's a pretty good indicator that we're all in. So I think those are, if we can hang on to those 2 pieces, that's key.
I went and found the name that I was looking for yesterday, and I forgot because it's Christmas. My brain's all over the place. It was Lampron, Olivier
Lampron,
yeah, who hasn't played this season. That's probably why I kind of forgot him. There's a guy, depending on what his status is, if he plays,
that's Quebec.
That's Sherbrooke. That's what I was missing.
Yeah. My Quebec guy would be Maverick Rousseau Hamel.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, another abbreviated MRH.
Well, that's a player like you talked about last week with Bernier. If he comes and he's healthy enough to play and he plays X amount of games, or we go to this round, you get this as opposed to this, and that's again that player there would be one of those I didn't see that coming, like Max Cote, who Max was playing, and I was talking about it with somebody at work too, like all the players that I'm like, I would like this guy. Like they're on teams that are not going to sell, like the Newfoundlands, the Charlottetowns, I don't know what Ren's going to do, but all the players are on teams that are kind of in that mid range that you'd like to maybe get, but the price would be too high because they're looking to kind of maybe get in and win a round or win 2 rounds. But it's the best time of year for the next 2 weeks, and we'll have it all covered. I mean, maybe if something major goes down, we'll jump on the old IG live and talk about it. But it's 1 of 2 things, folks. Trust the guy making these decisions. It worked out last year. And don't have hate for the social media people. They just type it out. They don't know, right? The What's your second half expectation? I know we're going a little bit, but hey, it's a Megala episode. What's your second half expectation? Because I'll tell you, mine is not what second half of last year was like. I just want to stay. I want to be top 2 in the league.
Yeah, I want to finish the league top 2.
Yeah.
Which, depending on who the first is, I think we have an idea who's going to run away with it.
We do.
Me. Which would mean we would have home ice until at least the third round.
Yeah.
So that's,
and if you stay top 2, you avoid them until the final.
Yeah.
And
that's kind of where I'm at right now.
It was the same as Rimouski. Avoid them until the final.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't think we could beat them, but you got that guaranteed spot, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Just stay top 2 in the league, and I think that's my goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was top 3. Like, I would love to have home ice advantage in the third round. The way this team is playing, starting on the road isn't always the worst either. But I think my expectation, and I don't even think we had the expectations of what we did at the end of last year at the trade deadline. But if that's your expectation, I would probably dial that back a little bit. This team is not going to have the same year that you had last year, but I think it's just going to be a team that comes to the rink and works. They're not going to blow all the teams out 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. Like, this isn't going to be a juggernaut. And I think you just have to not really worry about what Chicoutimi's doing when you're a fan looking in the standings. Like, just, expect this team to be in the Final Four. Expect this team to potentially be in the final. I picked them to be there. And I think that's what you're looking at, is just stay healthy and get better each and every day so that when the playoffs come, we're ready to make some noise.
Yeah, I agree. I also think, we're at this point where, we're 5 points up on Blainville. But, Rouen and Drummondville are right there. I don't think that they're going to be buying Rouen and Drummondville.
If you had to pick one, who would you pick of those two that were buying?
That we're buying?
Yeah. Because I think Shawinigan's buying.
Shawinigan will be buying.
And, are they the only ones in the Western Conference? I mean, Blainville's already bought.
I think Shawinigan's got to make a decision here. They've got to decide if they're going to do, push their cards in this year, or maybe hold off. If they can hold off, you know what? I wouldn't mind going out and getting a Raul Ballard,
I'll assert.
Or
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Or a Julian Lante on the back end, or a Matthew Plante on the back end, right? Like, it's they got to make a decision what they're going to do, because right now they're falling behind.
Yeah, and and it's weird. Like, is Blainville the only team that's going to be buying in the Western Conference? There's a potential. I mean, Gatineau can kind of make some noise. I think Val-d'Or should probably look to, and when I say buy, I mean conservatively. I think you're looking at Chicoutimi as all in. They're getting a certain defenseman from a team we're going to see in 48 hours.
Possibly 2 defensemen.
Oh, really? Okay. I think the Islanders kind of are in that. We got to win some rounds. Newfoundland started hot. They've kind of fallen off.
It's the travel schedule.
Yeah, like
it's coming back to bite them in the butt right now.
I know that the Islanders had that article, and I saw it on the Newfoundland Facebook group, and someone was like, "Oh, look at that! They're blaming travel." Yeah, it's not the best travel situation.
No, it's really not.
Like, hey, look at your own team. Like, it's not great. They're scoring a lot, but they're also giving up a lot. And I think, as you said last week, I think that's a team that if Lucas Beckman's going to join a team, that's going to make them kind of even more dangerous in the Eastern Conference. And do you still have the picks up? Like, they have.
Yeah, they
got a lot.
Yeah,
they got more than Chicoutimi, I think, to buy.
Yeah, they can make it happen. I think Lucas Beckman, you're probably going to see him in Newfoundland or in Shawinigan. And then if Shawinigan buys, I think they're they'll push their chips in on Beckman as well.
Yeah.
So we'll, if I'm,
I think you got 5 teams that are contenders.
Yeah.
Chicoutimi, Moncton, Blainville, Charlottetown, Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Right as we sit right now, I think that's your 5. We'll talk on January 5th who the contenders are, but I think that's your 5 right now.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. If Rouen traded Bill Zonin, I can't see them going out and using the assets that they got for him just to go and buy again.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll see them move out some pieces. Beauchemin, Meloche, just to name a few. I think Rouen is going to sell off. I think Drummondville should too. And if that's the case, Blainville is going to run away with the West. Yeah.
And that's the scary part about when we've talked to Rick and Taylor and other GMs about putting plans together. Well, now the Huskies are 7-3 in their past 10. Mm-hmm. Drummondville 6-3. So your fan base is going, but why? We're only battling the Armadas. So it's one of those situations. The only other expectation I have in the second half, fire the DJ. He cannot. I repeat, he cannot be the DJ for the playoffs. You want to kill a playoff run? That's how you do it. It's just, he's hot garbage each and every week. You can basically know when he's going to play Bodies by Drowning Pool. He's going to play, what was the song I was saying before we started recording? In like 2000s.
Prodigy.
Yeah. When everybody's leaving the building, that's a good leave song. It's the holiday game this week against Cape Breton, which wear your ugly Christmas sweater. There's a contest. The Wildcats probably won't have a Christmas jersey, but I don't even know. I bet he doesn't even play a Christmas song. And if he does, it's probably a heavy metal Christmas song because he's not good. He has no range of what's going on. So hashtag fire the DJ. That's, I think, where we're going in the second half, or at least I am. All right, everyone ready for everyone's favorite part of the show? Let's do it.
Eric Murray, Realtor. Buy a house from him. Stick Tap of the Week.
All right. So this week's Stick Tap is actually going to a couple. A couple who provided entertainment and laughs on Saturday night.
Yeah.
The HFX dive team, as they were known as. That's exactly what's missing from the Avenir Center. It's I think every rink has a fan or fans who just do an unbelievable job at keeping the fans engaged, during the games. And like in 2006, during the year we hosted the Memorial Cup, we had 2 guys known as the Red Wiggers, and they would come to the games both wearing red wigs, referee shirts, faces painted, and fans would just line up to get their pictures taken with them. And
there's a few pictures taken with that diving team in the intermission.
They were always on the big screen. They were getting the crowd going. I don't know who you are, but come back.
Yeah.
It's something needs to be done to upgrade the atmosphere. And if you're going to be in a tight green onesie sitting beside the penalty box, that's going to do it. Small things like that, you won't believe, will improve the atmosphere because it's going to get fans just cheering along. So it's again, don't know who you are. I thought for some reason at the start that it was Ken Shea. I thought maybe he was doing like instead of the referee, suit, he was going to start wearing a green tight bodysuit. Not sure how I think he's a grandpa, Grandpa Ken. So
fits,
yeah. Amazing. It was. I wish I was there in person to have witnessed it, but the comments, everybody loved it. It was to include them on your post game graphic with the win.
Oh, that was so good.
It was. It was awesome. It's we need more like that, and I know we got some Saturday night games. Have some fun with it. Let's do things a little differently around here to energize the audience, energize the crowd.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the RE/MAX Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
And I think the best part about those two is that the ushers let it happen.
Yep.
Like, how many times have people tried to cheer and the ushers are like, just let it. Like, when they started on the glass and they were like putting their hands up and doing this on the glass, I was like, the ushers aren't stopping that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. And you had Ken Shane in the playoffs with the ref. Like, the players were right in on that. These guys, I hope the green was just because it was Halifax.
It has to be.
Like, maybe a blue for most. Like, maybe they'll have different colors for different teams, and it goes back to what I said just before we hit that drop. They were trying to dance, and the DJ was playing Duality by Slipknot. Just a classic dance song. Imagine if he'd have played Pink Pony Club, those two. Just saying. Pick somebody that knows what they're doing. All right, that brings us to Wildcat of the Week, presented by Rosemary, Lynn Massage and Spa. Teeth whitening is now available for booking starting at $85. You've got 3 15-minute sessions, including in that price. Add another 15 minutes for only $20. Don't forget, they have the loyalty card. You can buy 9 spa services, and you get 1 free. They are now at the new location, 153 McLeese, or call them at 830-1224 as they're looking for new clients. 2 goals, 2 games. Jeremy's MVP. He's just outside my MVP, my number 1 MVP. He's been a shining light for this team, and he's found his game. He's found a groove. He seems unflappable. If the team makes a small mistake, he's right there to make sure it doesn't end up at the back of the net. He's been very good. He was on the team of the week. 2 games, 1 goal against. So your Wildcat of the week is number 25. Rudy Guimont. And that will do it for this week, sir.
This week and this year.
Yep. That'll do it for this year. How disappointing not only is the DJ for the Wildcats, but John Cena's final match.
Well, disappointing. Predictable.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where all those 19,000 fans have been for 20 years.
Yeah.
I think everybody knew that he was going to lose that match. I mean, it was the shock of him losing was there, but I wasn't surprised that he lost. I mean,
the way he lost,
like Gunther's like the next thing, right?
Yeah.
They can play this so well with him now, saying I'm the one, you're the one that retired John Cena
and Goldberg.
Yeah.
Maybe Brock.
So he is clearly the next big thing in wrestling. So, otherwise, he dominated John Cena. Cena didn't get much offense in that match, and I think it's just a sign of things to come.
Yeah, I think a totality of his retirement tour. I think they bungled it from the beginning. I think making Jey Uso the Royal Rumble winner just sent it into shambles. The heel turn was nothing more than a viral moment. And he said that they needed to make something in Elimination Chamber. The tournament was a sham because once Gunther was in it, everybody knew who that final was going to be. It lacked everything. And then to end it that way, like, it was weird with all the wrestlers coming out. And then just a video montage. Like, I was kind of hoping he was going to talk through it. But yeah, it was just, it's a weird a weird time to know that he's not going to be like, not going to get emotional, but
he's going to win the Royal Rumble.
He's an ambassador, but I don't think he's going to be in the ring anymore, unless he comes as Doctor of Thugonomics to something else. But it's crazy. Like you're at the age where you watch wrestling a long time, you watch your heroes, you get old enough to see your heroes, appreciate them, and then Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Undertaker, like now John Cena, like he's the last of our generation's WWE superstars.
Yeah, he really is. Like now who's left? Like Randy Orton even wrestling anymore? You know, like he's
training I Show Speed, I guess.
Yeah,
or something like.
So I mean, it's like John Cena's like the last guy that is kind of from that.
Yeah, there's Randy Orton and Edge.
Yeah, that's it. Like there's so the future is now for the WWE. They really gotta they've got to make sure they separate. If Gunther's their guy, they gotta make sure he starts winning some titles here.
Yeah, he's got to go on one of those Brock undefeated runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for this half. Thanks to everyone that donated to our first annual Warm Head, Hands, and Feet drive for the less fortunate. I think we had about 9 garbage bags full of stuff, some extras that weren't in the bags. Fantastic cause. I can't thank all of you enough for donating to this for us. I can't wait for next year. Hopefully it'll be bigger, better. Thanks to everyone that's joined us in this first half. Wildcats players, Preston Lonsbury, Tommy Blau, as well as assistant and general manager Rick and Taylor. To our wonderful media friends, Pat, Seth from Newfoundland, Luke from the Islanders, Tozer from Station Nation, and Dustin from Mooseheads Nation podcast that joined us in the first half and joined us live last night. If you missed it, go back and watch it as they got us set for the trade deadline with their teams. And to you, the fans, thanks for the great first half. We have some cool things coming in the second half. And Jeremy, for you coming over each and every week.
Hey, if it's one way to get away from my wife. No, I'm just kidding. I just love doing this. Love being here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only way they're getting rid of us is in a body bag.
Pretty much. Safe travels to you. And enjoy the Christmas with everyone at your family. Enjoy the game.
Saturday night on Flow Sports, Barrie Colts, London Knights. Watch for the guy that's cut out of his bed.
Yeah. For Jeremy, I'm Adam. We will see you January 7th. Merry Christmas to all, and to all
a good night.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.